Viva Las Vegas do's and don'ts from an expert, because we definitely have an expert in the house right here with us today. We'll go ahead and jump right into the introductions real fast. I'm your boy Bees right here, Three Kings Clothings, and definitely here to have a bunch of fun. It's been a little minute since the podcast got together, since the whole crew got together to do this. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing how things have been going. King Joey, how are you, sir? You're sipping.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Celebrated a birthday last week, so
happy G Day. Happy G Day. Happy G Day.
Trying to grind and get everything situated, man.
Indeed. King Mike, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm here.
You know what? Good in here. Hey, this works out fine. And now you can take a listen and look at our special guest. Yes, we're gonna emphasize special. Good Lord. Where did y'all find this dude at, man? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Right around Dorchester.
Oh man, that's how y'all do me now. It's cool though.
Mukavelli.
Hey.
Mukavelli.
Anthony T. Bill.
Shaquille O'Neal.
The Wasian killer.
Oh, so many nicknames.
That was not my fault. I ain't say nothing, and I got attacked for saying nothing.
So many nicknames, so many stories, so many things to tell. Listen, so we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this today. The Roundtable podcast brought to you by Three Kings Clothing. We're gonna get into this pop culture moment real fast. I saw that the people that are putting together the James Bond movies have finally come to their senses and are actually going to put the most James Bond motherfucker ever.
It's about time.
How long they been hitting at this?
They've been hitting at it, but I think it's finally official from the studio that Russell Bell is going to be he's going to be James Bond. Idris Elba, for those that don't know who Russell Bell is.
They've been hinting at this for 3 years, so
at least
it's about
3 years.
time.
They should have did it. Well, I mean, they were talking
We
about
got
it
a
since Daniel
guy,
Craig,
an English guy,
an English guy.
That's perfect for the role.
But it might hurt the.
Do you think?
I think it might.
It might.
It might. But but England's a little more open thinking than America is. But you know how people.
Well, America being the biggest movie
hardcore
market.
Bond fans might not like it.
Right. But I mean, he is the epitome of what Bond's supposed to be.
I mean,
it's a good fit.
Right.
Yeah,
I think it's a great fit.
I'm definitely thinking. Have you ever watched the James Bond movie, Bill?
No. Never. I've never seen. I've seen bits and pieces, but
Well, Mook, just let me explain. It's Stringer Bell.
It's Stringer Bell, bro.
You know who Russell Bell is.
Stringer Bell, bro.
All right, so what do y'all think Idris's best role?
Who's that on your phone, Mook?
Cat got your tongue?
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Cat got your tongue tied up this morning, boy?
No, sir.
What were some of his best roles, do you think, as far as throughout his acting career? I mean, the dude has a very good resume out here, but I'm sorry. I'm stuck at Russell Bell because he was one of the shystiest, dirtiest kinds of characters. Everybody thought that he was such the high standard of a drug dealer / thug. No, he was a horrible person. He did so much horrible things. He got what he deserved in The Wire. I said it.
Yeah.
Hey, spoiler alert. I know it's gonna sound really stupid to everybody, but I'm actually still just watching The Wire.
Oh.
So don't
Okay.
spoil it for me.
Hey,
But
watch Snowfall. That's pretty good.
Snowfall's pretty good too.
Okay. All right.
But actually, you know what? Obviously, Stringer Bell is a great role for him.
It was.
He's been in a lot of good movies. The one movie that I don't know if it's a great movie, it's just a movie, but I felt like he played a good role was this Christmas when he was like the older brother that had all the problems and stuff like that. I felt like he did a great job in that role.
Never
It's probably
seen
his
it.
least
Publicized.
publicized role or whatever, but he did a good job in that.
I'm gonna tell you another movie. It's a really good movie. I don't know if a lot of people have seen it because it was a Guy Ritchie film, but Rock and Roller.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
He
one.
was very, very good
I
at
like
Rock and Roller.
Snatch. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Snatch was good.
Yeah.
You gotta watch Snatch.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Rock and Roller's on that same.
Yeah, same
Never
kind
heard
of-
of
same
one.
kind of-
Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
What's the dude that played Tom Hardy? It's got a lot of air. Got a what's the little girl that's in it?
We're gonna have to help move
Yeah, you
on.
gotta
He
settle
ain't
down a
heard
little
of
bit.
nothing.
Yeah, you
He
gonna
heard
have
the
to,
Russell Bell and that's it.
I just don't like your sitting stance right
Yeah.
now.
Like-
You gotta do
like-
something different, man.
I don't get the fancy mic like I'm not a king.
all these mics are fancy. Yeah.
They brought the jester in today.
So we got
King's Court.
yeah, we got a Rudy Ray Moore movie on deck coming out that Eddie Murphy is gonna be putting together. Dolomite is on deck for 2019. I think that's a very good look because he was a kind of comic coming out of that blaxploitation era that really he definitely went over the top with it. Man, his black karate is some of the best.
Karate, bro. I was just about to say that, man.
Rudy
Dude.
Ray Moore was a lightweight battle rapper.
Man, oh yeah,
He
for
was a
real.
battle
I hate
rapper
to interrupt,
before
but y'all
that.
should have gave me the topics because I ain't never seen
A Dolomite movie?
No,
Oh my
never
God, who
seen
are you, man?
Man, what did you do as a child? Well, I know what
Yeah,
you was doing as a
exactly.
child.
Make childs. That's right.
Statute of limitations is not over, so don't say what you did as a child.
Have y'all seen Superfly, the new Superfly remix?
I did.
Black
I haven't
Exploitation.
seen it.
What do you
I
think?
did.
the old one.
You know what? I don't even think I've seen the old one, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I seen
What
Mac.
the fuck am I on the podcast?
Dude,
with?
it's
I don't
over.
watch no movies, and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Listen, you should have gave me the list the other day when you said you were gonna call me back. Then I could have watched all that stuff.
Well, I mean, it's funnier that you're not knowing it, so that,
Yeah, I think
that
it's-
way we can throw some jabs at you.
Yeah, I think
that's
it's
cool.
all.
That's cool.
But the new Superfly, to me, the guy that played Superfly, he has a long career of stardom ahead of him.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah,
I think he does too.
he played the role.
Yep.
They loosely based it on the original.
Yep,
And,
they had the same names ish, and you know what I'm saying, the same kind of.
But one thing that they kind of had to do, but I didn't really care for, is they definitely Atlantified it.
Oh, they Atlantified it to death.
And-
Well, Future was part of. I don't know if he was one of the producers. I know he did the soundtrack, but I think Future had a lot to do with the writing and everything.
The Atlantifying of it. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
and shout out to Atlanta. I mean, if things work out, I might even be down there next weekend.
I've never been to
Atlanta. But
Did he say never been to Atlanta? Oh, that's hilarious.
oh man.
Well, let me ask you. You ever been to the pond before?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I just want to make sure.
Man,
I was
man.
somewhere you done been, man.
I wasn't allowed to cross the creek till I was like 10 or 11.
10 or 11. Was you a pond legend by the time it was over with?
Yes, I was a pond legend.
Did you put your beeper on the fence?
Nah, I ain't have a beeper.
Okay.
I had a cell phone. Remember the cell phone?
Yeah, the first cell phone in the neighborhood. Movie had the first cell phone.
Yeah,
Bill,
this iced tea power cell phone.
Bill was $1,100 for a week.
My dad was like, I'm gonna need that phone.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah, the whole case and everything.
It wasn't no free minutes. It wasn't nothing. It was like almost $1 a minute. And
It was
I thought
bad.
I was cool.
You was cool for that month.
He was cool. It wasn't even a month, I don't think.
No, my dad, yeah, he came and got it. Matter of fact, he still got that phone. I seen it in a file cabinet.
Man, you need to fire that boy up, see if it still works. Listen, all right, so Nicki Minaj has had an album, and she has a song on there, an homage to B.I.G.'s Dreams. She updated Dreams from her perspective as a female in the industry, and she definitely had some jabs and barbs in that song.
This is her second dream. She did one on the other album.
Guess what, Beef?
She did?
Yeah.
Beef.
I'm not a fan, so I didn't.
Me either.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mook. Say your piece.
I ain't heard that.
Now, have anybody? Well, not you, Mook, but have y'all had a chance to take the album to the lab? I've heard
Not
about.
that album. I've heard the song. I was listening to
I
the song
haven't,
the
and
other
I'm
day.
probably not going to.
I actually was on a sound something or other that had a few of the songs mixed
I
in.
heard a few of the songs.
Yeah, and
I like
you know,
I like the song with Foxy Brown. That's dope.
Oh, she got a song with Foxy on there?
yeah,
it's
yeah,
dope, too.
yeah. that's about
Nikki can go. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
Nikki,
just I've never bought her whole project.
Hey, I've been rocking Shaq Diesel for the last couple of weeks. Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq Diesel.
You got a CD out?
No, that person.
Oh, Big on him.
The one with the big on it. The one with big on it was that
When
the
he
second
said,
one.
I asked Ice Cube or Jim Jackson in my Wicked.
Oh man. So you know, a lot of good music out there. Get on your local streaming site and go ahead and find some of this new music that's out there. I'm still stuck on some of the early summer action. Nothing seems to be able to get this damn West Side Gun out of my front line.
Let's think about the music that's been out. The West Side Gun, the Nas, the Pusha T.
What is the
I mean, you
West
can
Side
throw
Gun?
the Kanye out there.
I was curious.
Dave East just had a project.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of stuff.
Hold on, listen, hold on. Hey, now Mike, now we talking about all this high level hip hop, but if I say living my best life, that's what everybody gonna know.
Smile.
see, we're talking about all this high level hip hop, but you talking about living my best life.
Hey man,
Some
that's hot
real
right
people-
now in this street. Oh, that's little Duval and Snoop. Smile, bitch. Smile, bitch.
Hey, though, y'all should listen to Tyler, the Creator. He pretty nice.
Mozzie.
Tyler's crazy.
I like Mozzie. I don't know if y'all hit the Mozzie.
No,
Tyler's
Tyler, the
Creator.
Creator, he has some nice songs.
Tyler's
I like Mozzie.
creative.
Yeah, so
Him in the song with
Mozzie.
ASAP Rocky, Potato Salad, it's pretty banger.
yeah,
But
so
I don't know, Living the Best Life or West Side Connection Part 2 or whatever y'all say.
No, not West Side Connection Part 2. We could get into a whole podcast, me and Mike going back and forth about
They
West Side.
garbage.
No, they sweet.
No. I don't know why Ice Cube picked up them two.
They garbage.
But they had a couple songs though.
You know what?
Yeah, he had a couple songs.
They had a couple songs.
Me and
Come on,
Mook
man.
don't like them.
Well, I think Joey and D's might like
Actually,
this.
actually, let me specify.
I think
Let
they
me
sweet.
specify. I don't like your boy, the jankiest one.
The BB
I don't
Bang,
like
the BB
him.
Bang.
Yeah,
But
I'll
listen,
just say
man,
that.
Before all of that, man, Dub C in the Mad Circle, y'all,
I
everybody.
don't like the Dub.
You didn't like Dub C in the Mad Circle?
No.
You didn't like that? The
Absolutely.
dress code, none of that?
I cool with
That album, man, that album
was
was
a
so
classic, bro.
doggone sweet, man.
That album was a
I
classic.
think
That
we're
album is
overstepping
a-
by saying it's a
A
classic.
classic? The first? Man, come on. Dub C in the Mad Circle? No, it wasn't Curve.
Ain't a damn thing changed.
Dude, that's a classic album, man.
Man, listen, man, my college radio show, man, I banged that. I'm sorry,
Dude,
man.
I bang that shit, bro. When I go home,
I will
I'ma
argue
YouTube
that,
it.
and I will argue that until Dale Riggs or Dave or
I'ma YouTube it
Tate.
and listen
No, not Tate.
He said not take.
I don't think Tate got no license no more, but I would definitely argue that to Woodlawn. I don't know if y'all seen this that happened in so much happens in Chicago, but they in the Inglewood neighborhood, the Chicago police decided, in conjunction with the railroad police. Shout out to our railroad homies, you know what I'm saying? Got to shout out to Clarence, got to shout out to Friday. But y'all railroad police is wrong. What they did is they dropped off a 53-footer, one of their trailers, right by a park in the Inglewood neighborhood.
I saw that.
It was
Full of
not,
Nikes.
It was not just one. It was the one that was full of Nikes, and then the other one was full of like high level fashion stuff like Balenciaga, all that stuff. So it was two separate occasions in 1 week.
In 1 week.
that this happened.
Go ahead.
Hey, whoever got that, can y'all call me, please?
You know what? The best thing about it is some of the people in the community stepped up before anything happened, and they called them out on their bullshit,
Right.
and they did not take a thing out of that truck. Which
Yep.
is excellent.
Yep, it's documented by some youngsters in the neighborhood, putting that whole situation on blast and just letting it be known some of the tactics that are being utilized to criminalize people. I mean, right by a park with kids playing basketball and everything, something that you want to encourage, some recreation and not some of the other things that the kids could be and young adults could be
So
involved
y'all
in.
watch out for these bait trucks, these bait cars, all that stuff.
Yeah, because it's there.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, boo.
Do you know where Chicago is?
Yeah, I know Chicago.
Alright, I was just checking, bro.
How we gonna have you as a travel consultant? You ain't never hardly been though.
First of all, I
listen.
seen Mook get into a lot of trouble in Chicago.
I've been in
I
Chicago.
seen it with my own eyes.
Hey, guy, you cash in the flash?
I'm not gonna
Hold on, is this another statute of limitation situation?
Yeah,
We got-
we good on
we
this.
good. Okay,
That
okay.
was wild. Our junior Afro trip. Afro. Yeah, it was a. Ooh.
Yeah, there was another trip to Chicago that I ain't even gonna talk about.
Well, I mean,
Oh no, that wasn't my fault.
I ain't
my
gonna
fault.
leave that shit alone, bro.
Man.
we're gonna leave Chicago
Yeah, we gonna
in
leave-
Chicago.
yeah, we
that's
we gonna move on to
And
bigger and
they
better.
had a rough weekend
Listen, listen.
2 weekends ago.
Yeah,
71 shootings.
Yeah.
We got to do better in
But shit,
Chicago, man.
It wasn't GPS back when we took that trip to Chicago.
It was not.
It wasn't. And we ended up on the wrong side of town.
Yep.
It's definitely-
Mook's navigation.
There was a lot of fruitcakes going on around there. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend nobody though, but it was wild.
It was a wild situation. Listen,
Blame the driver.
but blame the
I wasn't
driver.
driving.
Listen, we had
Wait,
a.
hold on. You the one know the dicks are us in the window and
See,
shit.
first
Oh!
First of all, I'm just not gonna say no names, but that was the other Denver fan. That was the other Denver fan. I mean, just don't put me on blast. Like that was not who.
These
that
are
was
us.
That was
Oh.
definitely not what I saw.
Yeah, it was wild. We had a good time though. That was good.
See,
Good
first of
feeling,
all,
man.
we had to clarify the good time we had was
Was not at the D's are us?
was at the United Center watching my boy play basketball.
Rashad Johnson. I used to pass him the ball. No homo, but
All right. We had a huge birthday. Here in the past couple of days.
Joey?
Oh, absolutely, Joey. But this
See how easy that was?
Right.
this-
I know where he's going with this.
Yeah,
This might have been a little more important than
I get
mine,
it.
but
well, actually,
I just want to throw a shout out to you.
for
know?
sure, appreciate it.
This birthday was actually yesterday.
Yeah,
Your birthday was yesterday?
we got you.
Yeah. This birthday is yesterday, and it's a birthday of not a person, but a whole culture, a whole movement, a whole way of life, and I think it's worthy to be shouted out, celebrated, and appreciated. Yesterday, yesterday as of recording of the podcast, August 11th, is the official birthday of hip hop. And I'm going to give that a live hand clap right there because hip-hop has saved
Shout out to hip hop.
thousands upon thousands of lives and given the opportunity for people to share their creativity in all four forms of hip-hop. So,
Speaking of hip hop, my mixtape will be out.
What's the name of it?
The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Mooka Bob Crane.
I would download that.
Hey man.
Gotcha.
Hey man.
I might spit a hot bar for y'all today.
Mooka Bob Crane, bro.
Just a quick about the birthday of hip hop. It was born at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in Sedgwick Avenue, Bronx, New York. It was a back to school party for a young lady named Cindy Campbell. Her brother, his name is Clive Campbell, aka the father of hip hop.
The father.
Cool Herc.
Cool
That-
Herc.
that-
And
that-
man, did y'all watch the Get Down, man? How they had like Cool Herc and all them in there and Grandma
I watched
Slash.
pieces
It's kind
of
of
it.
crazy.
Man,
That on USA?
It's kind of crazy.
Oh, no, I ain't watching.
It's kind of crazy.
They had them in there as themselves, or
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
No, they weren't in them. They had people playing.
People playing
You know what I'm
them.
saying? It was just like it was a weird show, but it was.
That's what I
it
heard
was
was
cool.
weird. I said I
It was
watched
cool
it.
to have them in there. You know. What I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just
really
showing
get into all of
showing the whole time the way it really
Yeah,
was.
I like the whole story behind the hip hop, and it was very loose interpretation of it. So it was cool.
That's what's up. So definitely wanted to give hip hop its due as a birthday,
Oh,
because that's real. So we're gonna go ahead and transition into our sports piece of the podcast right now.
Bears going
This
to Super
is
Bowl.
the Roundtable Podcast,
No, they're not.
hosted by Three Kings
Bet y'all-
Clothing,
bet y'all lose
with our
next week.
special guest, very special guest, Mobile, in the building.
Bet y'all lose.
Let's get this out of the way real fast. it's baseball season. I know nobody knows anything that's going on in baseball right now. Oh, do tell.
I watch baseball.
Go ahead, tell me something.
Did y'all know Al Bundy played for the Bears?
Oh, guy.
Yeah, that's how
No,
good
for
they
real.
are.
Well, it's just been like I'm a Yankees fan, so
So the Red Sox have put the Yankees fighting for the wild card. We know.
absolutely fight for the wild card. That's not even a question.
With all that
anymore.
firepower, the Yankees fighting for the
Well,
wild card.
Aaron Judge out for a while, so that's been hurting. But like I said, Boston's better right now. But like I said, you know, out of the playoffs, anything can happen. So
It looks to me from when I looked at the standings. It's
sorry.
it's the Red Sox, it's the Yankees, the Astros are the cream of the American League.
Cleveland is actually chasing the wild card spot. They've been winning.
The Cleveland Baseball Club is winning their division, so they'll get in.
Oakland has been on fire as of late. I said
So-
the big trade with I forget his name was I forget who went to the Dodgers, but that shifted the power.
Yeah. It looks
in that deal.
it looks to me that the American League is clearly the cream of the crop
It
of Major League Baseball
is.
right now. Just looking at the standings, the National League is a lot of teams fighting for either winning their division or for a wild card, but nobody seems to be
But the only
standing
thing,
out.
and what I love and hate about baseball is the whole DH and the whole pitcher has to bat thing. That changes when you get
It
the World
does when
Series.
move,
You know what I'm
when
saying?
You move from conferences.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sure.
So when you get to the World Series and you know your American League pitchers have to bat, they ain't batted all year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Which you know
So
they should have adjusted to that by now.
You
Because it's not
you
to
do
their
interleague
advantage.
play,
Yeah,
right.
so you should make some adjustments to that. It's not like it's a new rule.
But you can still see the difference.
Yeah,
though.
you
It
definitely can
makes
see
a
the difference. But you know, throw them in the lineup every now and then.
And that's my.
Get
that's
out
my.
there.
I
You
kind of watch
getting paid,
baseball,
bro.
but I don't really watch baseball.
No,
Snip
No,
it of
man,
it.
look, man. You added way more to the baseball conversation. I had to research what I just put out here because
I follow sports, man.
Man,
I look at it, but I don't really care about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I would much rather be at the
At the
baseball
game,
game.
absolutely.
Yeah, I go to the games all day.
Bears going to the Super
Love
Bowl.
going to baseball games.
The Bears
Just don't
ain't
watch
in the
on
major
TV.
leagues,
Hold on,
bro.
hold on. Bet something.
Ah, you put it on tape.
Bet. I'm just gonna say you like the second best orange and blue team in the league.
Well, I mean, that ain't saying much.
Most recent Super Bowl. Anybody? Talk to me.
Your team, your team,
Thanks.
your team.
Thanks. That's all I want to say.
Your team and your team beat the team that I have tattooed on my arm.
We did. On our way.
on their way to that Super Bowl. So
You got Houston Oilers?
I'm old enough to have the Houston Oilers
Hold
on
on,
there
man.
too.
Hold on, man.
I love your
Last time
blue.
your team won, the Patriots still had a man snapping the ball on their helmet, bro.
Exactly. Steve Grogan was the quarterback.
Steve Grogan.
Oh my God.
Listen.
Best thing y'all ever did was make the Super Bowl shuffle.
We are the Bears shuffling crew. Shuffling on down. doing what we do.
All right. Let's talk Kevin Durant, man. Is this dude really this sensitive, man? Is he really this dude? Is he really this dude?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant just done reached the point where he don't care no more about how y'all feel.
He's a
So
champion, and
gonna
he
say
just
whatever
feels like
wants
he,
to say.
say what I want now. I'm winning. And we're going to win next year.
Everything that he wants to speak on, he's speaking on.
And we're going to win
He
the
done
year
got
after
to
that.
He done got to that grumpy dude, and
Does it have something to do with his hair?
No, because his hair's always been like that.
Nah.
Since he was 12 years old.
I think Kevin Durant finally got over giving a hell about what everybody thinks, and now he's just letting you know every single time he don't care.
He on that LeBron status right now. He don't care about his hair. He don't care what he's talking about.
I mean,
Like,
they
he
all
just
go
got-
through it.
Yeah, they do.
Kobe went through
They
it.
supposed to.
They get to that point where they've won, and they can say whatever they want.
Yeah, once you win, you feel like it's my time. You know what I'm saying?
And
I actually like it when they get to that point.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I loved when Kobe Bryant got to that
Yeah,
point.
his was so entertaining.
Because from the perspective of a person that actively hates the Lakers and everything Los Angeles Laker, it was refreshing to see him turn from a guy who was packaged and he really came up
I love the
really
Lakers,
emulating a certain
what
player who I can't stand to really becoming his own man
Absolutely.
and really being, Kobe Bryant. And the things that he's done post-career, I'm really excited to see him moving forward, basketball-wise, business-wise, and whatnot.
All of that.
How's
Dude,
it going for the Bulls, by the way, you guys?
Yeah, go ahead, Bulls fans. Talk to me.
Everybody's quiet right
I will say this. We had a major signing in the offseason that will help our team build to where we need to be. Now, granted,
You signed Jabari Parker, and I really like that signing.
Yeah, it's a good signing. He's from Chicago.
Not
Chicago
call
kid,
it
man.
major.
I mean, for the Bulls right now, for where we
Chicago,
are,
it's
yeah.
major. Not for the rest of the NBA.
I mean, but come on now.
Jabari Parker
for the Pistons, it would have been major.
Nothing's major coming out of the Pistons camp.
Let's just.
You're right.
Let's just say
I'm going to sit out the rest of the NBA
Andre
conversation.
Drummond did drop an EP the other day.
Man, fuck that nigga, man. I'm sick and tired of his ass, man. I'm sorry.
What?
Man.
Tell me how you
So
ready
you got to cop the EP? Is that what you said?
Hell fucking no, I'm not copping that shit,
Come on, man. You
Look,
can't support the
Why you mad, son?
no, I'm about to. I'm about to tell you why I'm mad at.
You know why I'm mad?
You can't support the pro out here?
Hell no, I ain't supporting the
Get his
big
bars
dumb.
off?
Big dumb, no free throws shooting, messed up our whole salary cap ass motherfucker.
No,
man.
that was Blake Griffin.
Well, all of it. The whole thing. Man, throw the whole team away, man. I'm telling you, man. Throw the whole
you know
team.
the sad thing
Just
is-
starting with the owner. I said I wouldn't get, no. I'm sitting out this NBA
And you know the
conversation.
problem is that the Pistons are still better than my Bulls right now. And that's what hurts my feeling. That there's that much dysfunction out of the fans,
Hey,
and they're still better
I'm
than
this
the
man.
Bulls right now.
You know
I done had it up to
You know
her.
what's wrong with Detroit is they're just good enough every year to still make the playoffs.
Yes.
They need a good tanking. That's what
Hey, how long have I been saying that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what.
Man,
The Bulls did a good tanking.
Where is
Yeah,
Sam
the Bulls
Hinkie
have
at,
been doing a lot
man?
of good
it'll
tanking.
benefit you sooner or later.
Sooner or
Look,
later.
We haven't been in the playoffs in several years. Look, we got a whole bunch of people now.
But you got LeBron, so it's different.
Before we had LeBron, we were looking good.
You were looking
we were
better.
Going,
I don't know if y'all was looking good.
Yeah, going up.
Listen,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't tell me you got first year and second year players that have the opportunity to be very, very good in this league, and you're not looking up. We're looking
Yeah, let's
great.
look it up. But that doesn't always
The
mean.
trajectory was better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this
I
though,
definitely
and
give
only
you
because
that.
you like Duke,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say the
Dude.
Bulls are.
We have to bring that shit up too.
Because this is back to my Bulls. Be why the Bulls
Speaking
win
of Duke,
12
6, 7,
the Bulls win 12 games a year.
Zion Williamson.
is because
Thanks for sharing.
like I've watched college basketball. I like college basketball.
It's a good sport.
It's a great sport. I don't like Duke,
I love Duke.
but I watch Duke because they're on TV a lot.
They're
So
great.
you see Duke. Now, if you looked at this year's Duke team,
Yeah.
who are their best players from a Duke fan?
Listen, man. One's in Sacramento right now.
One's in their best player was in
The other
Sacramento.
one's in Utah.
He was pretty good too.
Yeah. They had two rookies. Gary Trent Jr., which I think is very good.
Yes.
He got dropped down. And,
Yes. Okay, now
Duke had a lot of good players.
would you say Wendell Carter Jr. was one of their
I
best
actually
players?
believe Wendell Carter Jr. can be a good NBA player.
Not a seventh
I
pick.
actually-
Not a seventh pick NBA
Listen,
player.
he's 7 foot. He's athletic. He can block shots. I
So
think
was-
he can be a very good
So
NBA
was
player.
Darko.
That's true.
I'm just.
Y'all some dirty motherfuckers.
I had to tie the Pistons back in here for the hate. I had to tie the Pistons back here for the
Hey,
hate.
man, but did y'all see that they weighed out Zion Williamson at 285?
Yeah.
He's a fat ass that jumps high as fuck.
6'7", 285.
That's
The
like-
highest vert in Duke history.
That's
He
like
too-
Mook in high school.
High. That was Mook 2
But
years
6'4",
after.
6'2", 285.
Yeah, when,
Living a good life.
yeah, when Zion Williamson gets to about a swell 255,
Right.
He gonna have to come down if you want them knees to be up.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be okay as a grown man. Like that college basketball or
He's
NBA
still
basketball.
jumping.
and just the way he
Out
plays,
yeah.
you know, the way his game is set up at this point, you know, is overpowering athleticism.
Overpowering,
And
yeah.
you've seen him. He just he was bigger in high school.
It was
Now
too
he's
easy.
just
Yes.
diesel.
He's just
like he's just cut up right now.
Yeah.
Like,
And shout out, fuck Duke. Sorry,
Man,
you
you know.
can't have the 1, 2, and 3
I love
best
Duke.
players in the fucking.
Except
nation.
you can because you know,
I mean, if you're Kentucky, yes, not Duke. Coach K cheating. Hashtag Coach K cheating.
hey, look, man,
I feel like,
Oh, Indiana.
I feel like there's no cheating in college
With
basketball.
Indiana
this is
basketball.
all college sports.
Looking up, man. We got a good
Because
coach,
there's no
man.
cheating in college.
Damn, there's a lot of rabbit punches being thrown in this
Man,
podcast.
I'm telling you, man,
There's a lot of rabbit punches. Nobody say shit about the Hoosiers, but Mook, okay.
I mean, they are sorry.
That was Ohio State basketball.
Better.
Better than Indiana?
Yes.
Yes, hey, bet something.
We can bet that this year.
We gonna bet.
We can bet that this year. We can bet. Last year, no bets. No bets. Last year, no bets. This year, all bets.
I mean, this is the loser side. I would actually scoot my chair over.
Ah.
And we can't say nothing.
And,
National championship, y'all won it.
We
last
won
year.
a lot of them.
Real
Did you win it
quick-
last year?
No.
Year
Listen,
before?
Real quickly, while we're in college sports, we had a major situation going on at check out the
Yeah.
shirt that the Three Kings have at
Yeah.
the Ohio State University football.
Yeah.
Wide receiver coach
He said,
Zach Smith caught up in a domestic violence situation where he lost his job, and there were
Come on,
all sorts of
Stop
situations
the violence.
Yes.
where the coach of the Buckeyes, Urban Meyer, may or may not have been involved in knowing about the situation or covering things up, or
Fake news.
there's all sorts of things that were being rumored about. You know, he has been suspended. He's still on leave right now as the time of the recording of the podcast. I do think that is going to be taken care of when Gene Smith gets off of vacation, because it seems that as more evidence comes out, like you say, you can't rush to judgment, that Urban Meyer is going to be found to have done what he was supposed to do.
See, I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
think so. And this is-
let's talk about it. Let's
And
talk
this is
about
the
it.
only reason I'm going to say this.
Yeah. Oh, we good.
The only reason I'm going to say this is because I watched the interview, and just a side note, Mike Finnenbaum, or whatever the Finnenbaum dude is,
Yeah.
I will never listen to shit he does ever again.
You mean
Because
Paul Feinbaum?
Paul Feinbaum,
yeah.
whatever the dude's
Oh,
name
SEC
is.
guy.
Yeah, he's
dude,
definitely the
he's-
SEC guy. But he hates Urban Meyer.
He hates everything Big Ten.
Yeah,
But
sure.
so anyway, I watched the Zach Smith interview, and what I heard from that interview was Zach Smith said that Gene Smith knew, or Gene, what's the
The athletic director.
athletic director. He said that he was aware of the allegations and everything that was going on.
Okay.
So Urban Meyer's job is what they're saying
Yeah,
he
to
didn't do.
report to
The
the-
chain of command is
Right.
to, if Urban Meyer knows about it, you report it to Gene.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if Gene already knows, then Urban Meyer's out of that situation.
Except for the fact that I'll put it into a different industry.
Mhm.
If you're a mandatory report, as far as if you in a situation like, say for instance, you work with kids, you're a teacher,
Right.
and you see abuse, but the principal knows about it, but you don't report it to the principal, you're still in trouble because you're the mandatory report.
got a
You-
mandatory
yeah,
report.
Okay.
yeah.
I
you
get
know.
that part of it,
Yeah. So,
but I just don't, because to me,
and of course, college football is not as serious as
right.
as that.
And domestic violence is serious. I
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
that. I'm not downplaying
Absolutely.
anything about that. But what I'm saying is, if you tell me, and I'm supposed to tell Mike, but Mike already knows because you've told Mike, then how is that my? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I definitely follow you on
And
that.
that's
yeah.
Well-
that's my whole thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
CYA. You got to do your job.
Exactly.
Cover your ass.
I get that.
Your
too.
job is to report that. You have to report.
Right.
I mean, and it's not to cover your ass. It's to do the right thing.
Right.
I mean, if he already knew, you still have to follow that
Here-
protocol.
The
here's-
protocol.
But there's nothing saying that
Yeah.
that protocol
Here-
wasn't followed.
yeah.
Exactly.
Now here's the thing too, and this is coming from as large a Buckeye supporter as you'll ever come across. When Urban Meyer was hired and he was going through, bringing the machine to a new level of winning and bringing prestige to the university, he brought his own level of baggage.
He did.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's definitely something that I've been cognizant of the man that Urban Meyer is, the way that he gets down, the way that he coaches. Now he said he changed, and by the looks of the players that he's brought in, there hasn't been the hint of the trouble from the players.
from the Florida.
But him as a man, do I think his DNA changed as far as who he is and how he gets down to get these results? I mean, he's a mid-50-year-old man. He ain't changed.
And the thing is-
He's that dude.
And
You
the
know,
thing
and
is to have that level, to have that level of success, you have to have some type of blind eye to certain things. And I could be wrong for saying that, but I don't feel like any college coach in America, basketball, football, lacrosse, swimming, if you have the top program, you've turned a blind eye to some things.
And if you look close enough, you'll find something for sure.
Exactly.
You can't. I mean, these things are not even just sports protocol type situation. These are just human being type things, man.
Yeah,
You got somebody beating a wife.
Right.
You gotta do what you gotta
Yeah,
do.
no, you gotta take care of that situation. That's
we
not a swipe
gotta
under
bring
the
it back.
rug.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not a swipe under the rug.
Yeah, I like the way you put that, Mike. We got to bring it back to the issue. Outside this football, outside, look, man, we're talking about beating of a wife. You got to do the right thing in that.
And obviously, there are a whole lot of things that go into that because, that we don't even need to get into. But there's a lot of things that go into it. So, but the end of the day, you got to do the right thing.
You do.
All right, listen.
And I'm gonna say this to say anything else after that. If Urban Meyer gets fired, the ship don't stop. Like the ship
it don't stop.
This will still be Ohio State
We're
University.
still going to beat Michigan. We're still going
to win the Big Ten. We're still going to the Final Four. Like this
Still
team,
going to happen.
any of us right here can coach this team right now.
No, exactly.
Pretty good football team.
You got that.
Pretty
right.
good football team.
You got that right.
You ever seen Ohio State play move?
Okay.
All right. Second, bro.
LeBron James is going to be executive producing a documentary. We Won't Shut Up and Dribble. I think that is an awesome way to flip the Fox News situation and really put out why athletes are intersecting in pop culture, race, and politics, and how he's navigated that sort of situation. I think this dude continues to make those kind of correct decisions out here, and I'm all for it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be on Showtime, I believe, in October.
It's so important to
we got a shirt
to have
saying
that out
by
there.
the way.
Check out the shirt. It
website.
says "We Won't Shut Up and Dribble." The shirt's been out for months, by the way. But I think it's very important for us to recognize that LeBron James is doing some great things.
Yeah.
But there are also other athletes that have not had that light shed on what they're doing because they're obviously not LeBron James. I read in the comments the other day, Derrick Rose is donating like $400,000 to some kids' scholarships, and the comments were like, $400,000. What's that gonna do for kids? Like LeBron's donating. I'm like, we have to stop with the foolishness, okay?
Yeah,
I
mean, like
$400,000.
You better donate
People are talking shit about
Jalen Rose has had a school for 7 years.
7 years.
7 years. I mean, everything that LeBron is doing is great because that light is being shined on it.
Yes,
but let's just understand that we have athletes that are doing the right things, and I'm hoping that LeBron's show is gonna spotlight those athletes, just so people know, hey, it ain't it was necessary for him to show up and do it, but these guys have been doing these kinds of things for years, and they don't really get the credit that they deserve for it all the time.
Because once again, if an athlete, and I'm talking about any sport, any genre, any whatever, has a DUI, acts a fool in public, that's going to make news.
Yeah.
The same 10 athletes that have donated to the community, have worked at these food banks, have given money to everybody, that never gets publicized.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All you see is the bad stuff.
They didn't say nothing about me donating nets to the pond.
You did. I've donated nets to the pond.
Ain't nobody say nothing about that.
I'll tell you what.
We gotta get that. We gotta get that out there. It gotta get in this truth. It gotta get in. It
I've
gotta
done
get
a lot
in.
of ripping the nets down at the pond because that Jay worked with Crispy for years.
The J word. The J word.
Best something.
You're not going to the Pond Hall of Fame.
Wow. First ballot, bro. First ballot, bro.
Shoot. Now, actually, and then I'm gonna get into this next point. That actually should be a thing for y'all neighborhood. It should be a Sleepy Hollow Hall of Fame.
I'm gonna make it.
Mm-mm.
We gotta go. For real. We gotta go.
I really think that it should be, as far as contributors to the neighborhood, contributors to the basketball that was played at that park. I think it's a park in this town of Toledo, Ohio, that has definitely brought some of the city's best basketball players through there that groomed their skills. I mean, kids that got thrown in garbage cans that turned into professional basketball players. True stories. I mean, stories that I had nothing. I didn't know anything about because I'm not from that neighborhood. But it's definitely something that I think that would be something. I think that would be sweet.
There's been a lot of greats that came down to the pond.
Yeah.
You know, like the Kaisers, Suge, Brian Roberts. You know, everybody. A lot of people came down there.
Yeah, it's
Like, you know, I've seen a lot of great basketball down there. Brian Roberts was the only 9-year-old that we let play. What? I'm too close to the mic.
No, I was just
Mic
gonna
check.
say,
Mic check.
You didn't say Mike Purdue or Joey Martin.
I ain't see Joey Martin out
You
there.
didn't say you didn't even say that.
I'm
You
just
didn't even
saying.
say that.
But you know, a lot
Now
of,
granted, we used to have Ryder Park before the pond, but when everybody came together, it became, you know what I'm saying, it became a legendary park.
see, I wasn't allowed to lead the block and the pond.
The pond is a dope spot just because, like, look, we talking about a lot of people that did a lot of things that got, you know, free school. We all got free school for it. From
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
lot of us.
Absolutely.
Like I'm saying,
Absolutely.
I think that that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm gonna say about 60% of the people down there got free school out
A
of
lot
it.
of people.
Now this next topic is going to bleed from the sports end
Did I watch it?
into the politics end.
Oh man.
Yeah. Let's talk Dak Prescott.
Sucker.
Let's talk Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. I want to make sure I get his. I want to make sure I get this man's quote correctly.
Please quote it correctly.
Yeah, because I don't want to attribute anything incorrect
He said
to
what he said.
He said, he literally said, I said what I said. But
Yeah.
just please repeat it
the
for
quote that Dak Prescott, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
me. America's team.
Yeah, exactly.
Suckers.
I never protest during the anthem. I don't think that it's the time or place to do so. Exact quote. So
Because I'm completely missing the whole point of a protest.
yeah, and the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry
Jerry Jones, who was
Blue
filmed
Label
with a hat on and
Johnny
talking
Walker,
during the
Jerry
anthem.
Jones
That's
said, "I'm so proud of him." If this
You
isn't,
mean Jerry Jones, the dude that was filmed talking and with his hat on during the national anthem?
yeah,
That guy?
yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing. To me, it's just a blatant example of the plantation of the
mentality,
NFL.
bro.
Tell him about that line.
Plantation mentality, bro.
Tell him about that line.
You gonna stand on that line. You gonna stand on that line. And this just go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, you know, Dak Prescott verbalized a thought out there for the world to go ahead and ingest of who he is as a man and how the NFL wants their players to be. They want them to be drones that do whatever is told to them. And my goodness, it was just shocking
Let's
to see.
reiterate on what he said. He said he didn't want that protesting going on because this is a place of peace for him. It's a relaxing space for him. The game is he don't want that tarnished for him because he is more important than what's going on in the world right
Which
now.
is the killing of unarmed black people by police around the country. That's what the protest is about.
Listen, but I don't want that to happen. But you can't do it on my time because
Can't do it on my
this is
time.
my
This
time.
is my time.
Okay?
Yes,
This is my time.
you
because
can't tell people how to
this is more
protest.
important to me.
You can't tell people how to protest. A protest is
Well,
going to
you
make you
obviously-
uncomfortable.
you obviously
A protest is going to make you late
Obviously
when they
you
shut
can.
down the damn Ryan. You know,
Here's the thing.
You
Here's
obviously
the thing.
can because people, there's certain people that keep
Here's the
telling
thing.
people how to protest.
Again, I'll say this again,
They gonna
and it's
tell
the
me how to
easiest way to
protest.
understand this.
Feel that.
Back when people were doing the sit-ins, and I know a lot about it from my grandmother and all of that. Like so, back when people were doing the sit-ins, some of your neighbors, older neighbors that are very nice right now, back then they were the ones kicking them.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to admit what they did. I guess what I'm trying to say is don't be on the wrong side of history.
don't
right
be
now.
man.
Because
Say-
nobody is holding their hand up
Please
saying-
say that again.
Nobody's holding their hand
Man.
up saying in 1956, I used to spit on black people. And
Right.
nobody's saying I was holding that water hose then.
Right.
Nobody's holding their hand up saying that now.
Every
Everybody seems to think that all of the stuff that happened in segregation was wrong now. But the majority of the people in the country thought it was okay then. So where did all those people go?
They're
They didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, they're
They
still-
just were on the wrong side of history and they realized it. Don't be on the wrong side of history with this. People are trying to protest something that's wrong and they're doing it in a peaceful manner. Let them do it.
And peaceful does not mean it's going to be convenient for you.
Peaceful.
You're going to be inconvenienced.
Yeah.
Because it's a protest.
Yeah.
This dude,
Next
man.
topic, man.
Yeah, well, it's bleeding into the next topic because President Twitter
Making
fingers.
me mad because I can't play Madden.
I
Can't
mean,
watch my Steelers.
yeah. Look,
Hey, I'ma
man,
tell you this.
all the inconveniences of it all.
I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
but I've been on that Madden.
And you
bro.
know what? And you know what?
On that
And you know
Madden,
what?
bro.
Dak Prescott. I like Madden. It's peaceful to me,
Yes.
but I can't play it.
Yes.
You can't get my money.
Yep, I've been on the Madden.
Yep. Anything.
And granted, it was bought for me, so I'm gonna act like I stood up and I didn't buy it because I didn't buy it.
Not
It was
buying,
bought- it was
not
bought for
buying
me.
Madden.
It was bought for me, but I've been online a lot lately.
I like Madden too.
Love it.
Man,
That's my piece. That's my don't choke somebody medicine.
You got any thoughts about the NFL besides your Chicago Bears that are trash? You got a quarterback named Mitchell.
Mitchell. His name is full God-given name is Mitchell.
He wants to be called Mitchell.
And listen, I don't know if you watch Kevin Hart, but Mitch, that's your quarterback's name. He's a Mitch, bro. He's a male bitch,
Your
bro.
backup is so sorry that your
Mitch.
starting quarterback didn't even recognize him. He
Look
gave him
at
an
all
autograph.
these haters surrounded by me every
The
day.
The Bears.
That's number.
Is that on
track.
the mixtape, right? Is that on the mixtape?
All right.
I'm gonna buy a crack.
President Trump, of course, weighed in during this NFL preseason about the various protests that players did
We just call him
through.
President Trump.
I mean,
he's our president, bro.
President Trump,
Sucks.
45.
Sucks.
President Twitter fingers. He has a lot of monikers, but
President Twitter.
you know,
Donnie.
he definitely weighed in because he feels that this is good for his base. It brings up a level of energy that they're going to need in their base for the midterm elections, which are coming up here in November. So definitely
Get out and vote.
Yeah.
Black people, get out and vote.
And I want to talk
Sorry,
about
white
that.
people get out and vote.
Mexican people, get out
Mexican
and
people,
vote.
get out.
Everybody,
Asian people.
get out and
Asian
vote.
people,
Everybody.
Indian people.
Get out and vote.
And if you want to get out and vote, holla at my homegirl Tina Butts, who is
Tina Butts.
running what is called the movement here in my hometown of Toledo, Ohio.
Get your shirt, support the movement, vote, please.
She is actually a consultant right now for the Ohio Democratic Party for voter registration and engagement. And they have definitely started the movement.
Yes, they have.
She will be joining the Roundtable podcast on the next Roundtable podcast. She's going to come up here and join us to really talk voter registration, to talk voter engagement, to talk all the things that are going to be necessary to impact change that's going on. So go ahead, man.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You got something to say?
So my feet I ain't gonna be here next time.
Yeah, you come back. You already talking enough, bro. You
Yeah,
too,
man.
You too,
I mean,
bro.
I didn't know the topics. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know them either, but we talking, bro.
Yeah.
Get in. Get in where you fit in, man.
Are you a registered voter?
Uh-oh.
That's personal. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I plead the fifth.
Would you like to be a registered
1,
voter?
2, 3, 4.
If you're not, we can get you together.
Would you like to be?
You need
So,
that vote,
okay,
bro.
listen, you are definitely the type of person that the movement wants to talk to about the importance of being registered, and not only being registered, because there's a lot of people that are registered that don't vote. Get your ass to the poll and vote. Biff. Be on the lookout for the.
I think that's gonna be a clip.
Oh,
that's
man.
gonna be a clip.
My birthday is April.
So do we trust Omarosa's lying ass on lying on Trump?
I don't. Yeah.
I don't even want her to be.
Who the hell is Omarosa? I swear, man, I ain't get no. Somebody said, yeah, I'm gonna text you all the topics.
You said somebody. I said that I was, and I
the guy
did not.
to the right.
I did not.
Hey,
So I could have been aware of.
But these are general topics that
I'm
are
just gonna
full-fledged
take a
adults should
Ain't
know
she
something
the one
about.
that said Trump said the N-word?
Yeah.
I'm sure he probably did say the N-word.
I'm sure he said it.
Can we say nigger?
No,
He said nigger.
We're gonna kill the N-word.
Man, can we kill saying the N-word? Use the slur. No,
I got you, man. I feel you.
I'm dead serious
you.
about this
I feel you.
because
Use the
the
slur.
N-word takes away the power of the slur.
We know
You didn't call me an N-word. You called me a nigger.
Them Ray-Bans.
No, man, Nah,
No, they not.
them $5 hitters right there, boy.
Oh, yeah, you can throw them.
You damn right.
You ain't throwing no Ray-Bans.
But I'm sick and tired of the N-word, the N-word this, the N-word that. No, you're trying to sanitize what's going on. People aren't out here calling people N-words. They're not spray painting N-word on Vicky's lounge out there. And Vicky's
hey, where's Vicky's Lounge at?
Oh, out by Whitmer.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
on,
I knew I heard of that place before.
Yeah.
I saw the
Yeah,
picture. I just
hold on.
where's
Look, they ran the man's business. They ran him out of the neighborhood because
out
they
to my
didn't
homie Smoke.
necessarily care for the clientele. And you still gonna paint on there. He ain't been there in a month.
But it was a bar before, you know, a white people's bar, if that's the correct terminology for it. But I mean, they still had ruckus, but not like ruckus he had. But hey,
Are we sure?
hey,
Are we sure?
I'm not for sure.
I'm
but I know
not
it-
hip to
it
the
was-
ruckus
Yeah,
that was
you know,
going on at
I-
either instance. I don't know. I didn't even.
But I do know somebody spray painted nigger on the
You
building.
know what I'm saying?
I
It's
do
bar
know that.
When you have a bar, you got a bunch of people drunk. Sooner or later,
Somebody gonna fight.
somebody gonna fight.
Somebody gonna smack an ass that
Whether
they
it's-
shouldn't have smacked.
whether it's
and
white or
somebody's
black,
gonna-
Whether it's white or
Mexican,
black, right?
they
That's what
gonna
I said.
fight.
Whatever kind of bar you got, whatever side of town, sooner or later, if you serve enough liquor in your bar, which is what you want to do because you want to have a successful bar, there's going to be some fights in your bar. That's just
John Taffer would not be happy
But
about
basically,
Stafford would be upset.
Bar rescue, baby. Oh man.
Go ahead, Mook, man. You had something more to say.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
no, I had to think of who John Taffer was, and I remembered.
It was
Bar
on-
Rescue.
See?
It was on the itinerary, Mook.
I didn't get it.
It was on the
Keep
itinerary.
on shoveling dirt on your boy B's. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you,
Hey.
there's been a lot of real punches.
Man,
There's been a
man,
lot
I'm
of real
coming out of
punches.
here.
Somebody call my phone and see if it worked, cause I didn't.
Yeah,
hey,
it's a,
I didn't get the memo.
And we talking about some boxers. Shout out to our local champion, E Bunny.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
Shout out, bro.
Shout out
he
to our
represented big
local
time,
man.
champion.
Staples Center, man. A lot of people don't get to see that,
Yeah,
man.
listen,
I got to see it.
He was in the ring with a top 5 pound for pound fighter in the world.
In the world, bro.
This
Hey.
this was the best fight he's fought since he
Yes.
won the belt.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he looked
Absolutely.
really good. I was
He
proud
did.
of him for sure.
He
Yeah.
did.
And for people that just thought that it was just going to be some sort of cakewalk, they did not do the research on the opponent. You know, Bunny respected the opponent because he came in with a strategy and a plan for this particular opponent, and he tried to execute it to
He
the
did.
best of his abilities.
He did.
And he ran into a dude, like I say,
That hit hard.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
what
you know,
dude hit hard, man.
yeah.
And he's a good boxer.
Yes. That's what I
Yeah.
said. He
Like,
ran into it. He ran it. Listen,
He's not no
and that's
fighter.
what's
He's a
great.
good
He's
boxer.
And that's what's
And
great
he
is
I'm knocking stuff down.
wow.
And he respected Bunny enough to come in to put forth that level of
Yeah,
effort.
I mean, this
he
the
wasn't
Garcia
looking past
family
it to that
does.
dude that was in the order.
The
was a
Garcia family
championship
is
fight.
they're a good boxing family. I mean, they're technical, they're skilled, all of them for sure.
Right. So we definitely wanted to get
But you
Give
know,
a shout out to E-Bunny, man.
Mikey's dope. But check this out, Mikey. You don't want to move up and fight Errol Spence, man. You'd be better off fighting Lomachenko, buddy. I mean, Mikey's
Well,
dope,
it's
but
some-
you do not want to move up and fight Errol Spence, buddy.
it's gonna be some good fights.
You don't want to do.
He don't want that smoke.
Nah.
Well, I mean, you know, I might want to watch that smoke though. I mean,
Well, I think Mikey could beat Lomachenko though. I don't think he could beat Errol Spence.
you
I
gotta
don't
go
think
ahead.
so.
Hey, you know what? Put it together. Put it on TV.
Hey, either one, I'm watching it. So, either one, either
It-
fight.
it's definitely gonna get.
But
it wrong.
I'm looking forward to see who Bunny gets next.
And once again, shout out to Bunny for being a champion
Yeah,
and
no
fighting
doubt.
a champion.
Definitely,
Like, you
yeah.
don't, he
Definitely,
didn't take
definitely.
no bullshit fights and try to say, you know what I'm saying, he was going for it all. And granted,
Listen, man, he
he'll be
did
back on
everything
top
that he
soon.
needed to do
And
to
he'll be
get
back
to
on
that
top,
spot.
yes.
He got to where he needed to
He'll be
get
back
to
on top soon.
to get that
Absolutely.
fight, and he's gonna hopefully get some a good fight next.
I'm about to throw this alley oop real fast because I really need to know. Boo, tell me about Las Vegas. Tell me the do's and don'ts. Tell me the ins and outs. Tell me how to navigate Las Vegas right now.
You just gotta lean back and talk cool. You can't sit up there and look stupid like you're doing, bro. It's killing me.
You on camera,
This shit
man.
killing me, bro. This shit killing me, bro.
Nigga,
You on camera over there too.
This shit killing me, bro. Right, there you go. That camera.
up there too.
Sky cam, bro.
No, I mean I've been on LA kick lately. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
but
what-
Vegas is cool. That's my second home. You know, what you need to know.
First, best place to eat after
Before
4
that,
a.m.
before that,
Oh.
before that. What do you need to do before you answer that, Mo? What do you need to do going there? Do you get your plane and then get your tram or trolley or whatever?
No, I rent a car.
You rent a car? Yeah.
No, I don't, you know, everybody.
What you rent, man? What kind of cars you renting, man?
Man,
Let
I
them know,
rent
man.
the,
Show them how to do it in Vegas, bro.
I
Stop
rent
playing, man.
Lambo.
I rent the Chevy Colt.
Right, so
Yeah, you know
I'm
what I'm
asking
saying?
that because basically, like, there's two experiences in Vegas.
No,
one where you don't have a car, and one where you do.
That's
what
true. It
I'm
makes a
saying.
big difference.
It makes a difference.
I don't want a car. I'll be drunk.
Like you picture if you go Uber, say you go out 6-7 times in Uber, that's like $20
Right.
a pop. A rental car you can get for like a whole weekend. You do it right, $100. You know what I'm saying?
And you
saving.
could do a lot of venturing
Yeah,
off the
you know,
strip.
yeah, it's a lot.
Man, I'm throwing you softballs, man. Talk. You know all this stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff to do off the strip.
Yeah.
Like
You
what?
know what I'm
For
saying?
instance,
Like,
for what?
you know, I went to go see Liberace House. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
dope.
You know, a lot of people, and that's like a block or two away from the
That's
strip.
dope. That's dope.
You know, I go to liquor stores off the strip
Yeah,
because
for
it's cheaper.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what we want. We want
we
the
want the
Vegas
Vegas
experience where
experience
you don't
off
got
the
to spend
strip.
all this money.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't want the glitz and glamour. We want the
I mean,
we want the Sleepy Hollow version, bro.
Yeah.
you know, it's shopping. You go to the outlets. They got that both
you
ends.
abroad.
Shut up. Shut up. You know, I look for them savings on them clothes
Yeah,
because
for
I ain't
sure.
about to spend no $600-700 on a pair of jeans. I'm
I
gonna wear
feel
it
you.
once.
I feel
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, Vegas is cool. You know, I ain't go to Hash House or Go. They said that's pretty good. Wahlburgers.
Wahlburgers is decent, bro.
It's cool. Don't
It's
get
cool.
the macaroni and cheese because it didn't run all that.
Yeah, the burger was good. I
Fat
don't know if it's
burger.
better than Five Guys. That might be an argument later in life, but you know what I'm saying? Wahlburgers.
You know, the buffet at I think it's the Rio,
Yeah.
where they got the seafood
Seafood
buffet.
buffet is
Seafood
Yeah, I've
buffet.
never been there, but I heard it was great.
yeah,
They
that's
got crab
dope.
legs to find
very dope.
your arms.
It's very good.
Well, shit,
It's
everybody-
worth it. It's worth it.
Everybody arms ain't
Back in
cool.
the day, it was like $40.
We
I
ain't
think
got
it's
them
probably
record
pretty good.
He can open the door, sit down.
You ain't see the real punches. There's a lot of real punches. There's a lot of real punches coming out of this bitch today, bro. Woo.
This guy.
Mook bring out the hater in everybody.
I'm telling you, man. You ain't. Man, we gonna ban you till 2019, man. Too much doggone hate.
I ain't no hate, you know. I'm a dude, you know. I grew up
Hey,
with
so
all
check
y'all.
this out,
And
Mook.
then find out being
Hey,
with
listen,
my cousin.
Mook, I'm asking you a
Exactly.
question.
So
Exactly.
say you you know, obviously you got your rental car, you out in Vegas. You ever did anything outside, like to what is it, the dam or any of that?
No, you know, I wanted to do the dam, but I ain't never had a chance to go there. But I did go see like Pawn Stars. I've been there.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been to Tank. Went to see the fish tank
Yeah.
that they made and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, shit, okay.
Hey,
You
what
know-
about the signs? I've always wanted to go see the graveyard.
I don't know where that's at though,
Yeah.
but I want to do that.
I wanna check
I've been
that
to the Mob Museum. That was pretty. You know, they got a lot of
Mhm.
stuff in there.
Yeah.
The Wax Museum was cool. I ordered a hooker one time.
Now we talk. Now we
girl.
talk.
What happened with the hook?
Guy and girl, bro.
He said, "Nah, I'm good."
I fell asleep actually.
So
You
the
know,
guy,
I fell asleep.
You ain't
All
get
right,
robbed. You ain't get robbed.
what did you order up? What was on the menu for your
Shit,
whore?
I don't know. I fell asleep.
No,
Shit,
I mean,
she-
what did
you
she
had
look
to
like?
order,
man?
right? What
Listen,
you got there? What you
listen,
do, bro?
I got the little ad. I said, fuck it. You know, it was a long time ago, babe, so don't worry.
Hashtag screenshot.
So, no, I called her up. She like, what's your room number? I said, I can give you a room number. I'll meet you in the lobby. She like, all right, bet, cool. 10 minutes later, I fell asleep. And I woke up, I got, oh, fuck you, motherfucker, don't ever call me. I'm telling all my girls, don't you, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I was tired.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, it's a lot of stories. If y'all ever have the X-rated version of the Three Kings Round Table.
This was supposed to be the X-rated version. Oh my God, this dude.
I think.
I've never been to Vegas.
Listen, if you want a good time, hey, get my dude B. Raj. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Vegas kid.
Shout out to B. Rod.
Shout out to B. Rod.
He
B. Rise is a Three Kings representative.
Don't you tell one story about B. Rise on this?
No, we got to bring him in here so we can tell.
Yeah, we do need to have B. Rise on the show
Oh,
too.
he will definitely.
Yeah, that's my dude though, man.
Social media king right now.
He would definitely be.
I love him to death. That's my dude though, man. We have great times in Vegas. I remember the time we was.
Don't you? I told you don't tell us B. Rise story, bro.
Or we was about to fight in the truck. That was it was wild though. But
Take you to the wrong side of town.
nah. Man, we went to North Vegas. This was before we became legal. We went to North Vegas. So we
gotta find a spot.
So like we was like deep in the hood. Like dude had his pistol on. You can see the pistols and all that. So dude came in and dropped the weed in the car. So Brian. So everybody like,
hold on, no government names right now. I mean, you talking about
B. Raj, my bad. So B. Raj was like, so we like, man,
yeah, like you can't figure it out.
So
Now everybody got his whole government name.
Whatever. So it was like, what if we get robbed? Brian.
Damn.
B. Raj.
What's in that tea, bro? What's in that tea, bro?
PSA, don't get caught doing anything with the movie.
Right.
Man, oh man.
So they was like, what if we get robbed? So he was like, man, I ain't getting robbed. So why this dude took his chain off and put it underneath the pizza in the pizza box.
I just said don't tell no B. Rise story.
Oh my God, man,
Yeah.
Hey, we definitely gonna have to get back with them stories. That's hilarious. Move on.
Mike, we got the shirt of the podcast right here.
Could y'all edit the hooking part out, please?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Willie.
So, check this out. 3kingsclothing.com is the site. We always do a shirt of the week on the podcast. This week, I mean, every one we've done so far, we've always done one that shows the tone of the company that's kind of serious and how we stand on things. I wanted to do one that was light because we are both, as the podcast shows you. We're not just always serious about things. So this shirt is kind of a homage to streetwear itself. It's right to the streetwear roots. Shout out to Kyle Korstos who designed this shirt. It's dope. It's our boy Royalty, and it's basically just a streetwear shirt with our mascot on it.
Our mascot,
and,
absolutely.
It's very popular, especially down south. I'm not sure why that is, but we appreciate everybody down south purchasing this shirt. Everybody up north get hip to this shirt. Royalty is the shirt of the week.
Royalty.
Being the shirt of the week.
The shirt of the week for me.
Brought to you by Three Kings Clothing. Get to the website,
Mook wants to know how to get a shirt. You got to jump on 3kingsclothing.com.
Why? I got 3 numbers that I can call to say, hey, I need a shirt. Let me get a shirt.
I don't think you ever called one of them numbers to say.
Exactly.
I mean, since we
never happened.
First of all,
since we acting like this, like
I just got Beasley's number the other day when he gonna call me back and say, hey, I'm gonna send you an itinerary. I didn't get it. I called this guy's number. He rarely answers the phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's how we gonna act now?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about Sylvania Avenue, are we?
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, you looked out for me.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Don't act like, you know what I'm saying?
You accidentally answered the phone. You like, shit. And then he was like, what's up, Mook?
Accident.
Really?
Then Mike P, he answered whenever he feel like it. He still never got back with me on the softball shirt.
I did, bro.
All right, now you talking reckless now. All right, now it's time to fall back.
Speaking of reckless, Ice-T reckless. That was the shit back in the day.
All right, we're coming to the close of the Roundtable Podcast, episode 8. Viva Las Vegas. Some boy, oh boy, move Bill.
Hey man, give a shout out to your screensaver, bro.
Yeah.
Give a shout out, bro.
Moving on.
Back to track number 8 on the mixtape. Hey, Shaq, if you want to be featured on my tape, hit me up.
All right. Well, listen, we're gonna go ahead and get into our Dan of the week. The Dan, as those that have been sticking with us through the podcast, can be a person, it can be a place, it can be a thing, it can be anything that we choose it to be. But it's definitely going to be something involved with some dumb shit, and that's for sure. Mike P, do you have any thoughts on in your travels here since the last podcast of the Dan of the week that you want to go ahead and suggest?
I cannot, in good conscience, select anyone other than that. I Cannot.
No,
Hey,
I got one.
all right, yeah, do tell.
I mean, and once again, the Dak thing, but once again, our president, for his Twitter fingers talking about Don Lemon and LeBron James, like, I can't let that
Just
go past that. You literally called out two men that do a lot for the community and called them stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah.
I can't let that go.
You can't let that one slide in.
Can't let that one slide, bro. I can't.
It's definitely, two very worthy. I mean, I'm telling you, it could be. You know what?
Damn.
It could be the You know, it could be the first time in Roundtable Podcast history that people have done so much dumb shit to the top of dumb shit mountain that they are tied up
Dumb
there.
shit
You know what? So,
Dumb
Dak
shit
Prescott
Move.
and President Twitter Fingers, you motherfuckers are the dad of the week. And with that, we are concluding the Roundtable Podcast. Thanks for Mobile coming in and joining us this
Shout out to
afternoon.
Mobile.
Shout out to Mobile.
Showing up, got King
Mooka
Mike.
Belly.
My
Mooka
beans over
Craig.
here.
Next time, hopefully I get the itinerary next time, so I can be prepared,
Still
so I can know the
The,
topics.
the Roundtable Podcast, and we the fuck out of here.
This motherfucker throwing shit all day. That's what we do, bro.
Oh, man.
We gotta get